the Tom Brady roast the day after, and it was, for everybody who says, wow, I can't believe it was this good, I'm so stunned. Yes, there is a moment in time factor with the Brady roast, right? There was nothing else really competing for your attention last night. Jason La Canfora talked about it. The NBA games, we didn't really have anything that was there. NHL was if you liked Game 7, maybe you're not watching that over the roast of Tom Brady.
The Vegas Golden Knights in their quest to repeat?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's the big thing. And you also had where it's a night in May. There's no NFL draft. It was a perfect placement for Netflix, and they got very fortunate because it was a lot of people at the moment. I think it was, oh, hey, I'm not doing anything on this stuff. Oh, the Tom Brady roast is on. Because how much of it was word of mouth going, dude, are you watching this Brady roast? No, turn it on because you have Netflix. You can see it after, and it was a moment in time for that. But I'm surprised when people say, I'm surprised how good it was. Roasts are the funniest things in the world when they're done right. When you have the right person that you are roasting that has a rich tapestry of things to pull from their career, roasts are the funniest things in the world. And as good as some of the people were last night, they didn't expect to be good. When the Roast Masters came on, whether it was Nikki Glazer or the podcast guy, whoever it was, they were just killing you. And I was wheezing laughing so hard. So when it's done right, roasts are I don't laugh out loud at anything more than I do when when something is really, really funny, because there's that bit of anxiety because you're not just watching to be entertained. You're thinking, are they going to go here? Are they going to go there with a joke? Are they really going to say this? And I'm just cringing, and then they say it and everybody laughs and you laugh. There is nothing more laugh out loud funny than a roast done well. And that was like a perfect storm of roast from the people that did it to the subject matter in Tom Brady, and Brady's comebacks were great. I mean, when you could tell he didn't want to run the line, Kim Kardashian, when he said she's scared to be here tonight because their kids are home with their dad, and he kind of laughs going, oh man, like you could tell he didn't want to run that one, but it was still really fun, because then you see Kim Kardashian's reaction is just it's so unbelievably entertaining. But like I said, there's not a lot. You can't just do it for anybody. It's got to be a perfect storm, and Brady was that guy.
Yeah, and Kim responded nicely. She was at the Met Gala tonight, so she did just fine.
Mets Gala. It's Mets Gala. The Mets Gala. The Mets won tonight, so it's the Mets Gala.
No. Otherwise, Cohen wouldn't have been at the Knicks game. I think he would have actually had to have attended.
I think he went from the Mets Gala to the game. He went underground somehow, went from the Mets Gala to the game.
Wait, so he witnessed the Pacers getting robbed?
Stop.
In person?
Would you stop? Frostberg, you're so bitter. Stop being
bitter. From what?
Stop being bitter.
The Dodgers have won like 37 in a row.
37?
In a row?
In a row.
In a row. But your point, I mean, there's just all these storylines, the social anxiety of it. You know, one of the things I love here in Los Angeles is that we do have all these small comedy clubs, and it was part of the Netflix is a joke thing that goes on for several weeks here across many venues, Hollywood Bowl down to the Comedy Store and everything down on Sunset. I love live events in general, right? Concerts, theater, whatever. But there's nothing better than live comedy when everybody just acknowledges the rules of engagement. And that's when Kevin Hart set this up brilliantly. Like, it's got to be uncomfortable, and then we'll get comfortable. And it's the same thing. You go to a comedy set, like if you go to any of the places here, you may see 8 or 9 comics. You may only have heard of 1 or 2. Maybe a surprise guy pops in or woman pops in that you've seen before. But it's all right, I've got to leave it at the door and know that there's going to be some stuff flying here. With Brady, you knew the list of potential ingredients to this soup before you even got going. So I was like, all right, who's going to go there? How uncomfortable does it get? And how good are the directors?
And how much alcohol does everybody need to really get out there?
Well, but that's the other side, right? A lot of debate of how inebriated people were, and certainly Mr. Hart was having a good time because the solution to everything was have a shot.
Yeah.
But the idea of how good are the camera workers going to be, right? Camera operators, to be able to get the proper reaction shot and stay away from the guys that look like they were falling asleep, behind everybody. I'm calling out all you ex-Patriots. Terrible job. Wake up.
Of all the people there, right? We talked, Nikki Glazer's getting a lot of run. There were so many people who were good. As good as Bill Belichick was, if he was able to read a teleprompter, he would have been the best guy there, because there were 3 or 4 great jokes he had that he stumbled over because he couldn't read the prompter.
Well, he also got spooked anytime there was a noise. Like if someone kind of interjected, in the middle of him setting up the line, and he would pause.
Yeah.
And let it stop. It's like, just keep going.
And that's the thing is that he still gave my funniest line when he turned to Brady and said, "Not easy running a team, is it, Tom?"
That was good.
But
off of his soccer team relegation, for those unawares.
He would have been the best had he been, because reading prompter is a skill, and that gets into a big part of it. That's why the roast masters are so good, is that they do this for a living, and everything they do is just electric. And then when you get the players up there who want to talk, I think it's great to have players up there who want to, but you can't just let everybody up there. You got to know, hey, you got to entertain a little bit here. And if you're going to come out there and be flat, people are going to want to leave. The energy is going to come down to the whole thing. And so you need to understand that, boy, maybe this roast thing isn't for you, Randy Moss, Ben Affleck. Maybe this is not for you, and other people have to come up here. Because as much as I wanted to see Bob Kraft come up, what did Bob Kraft say? It's not, there's the anxiety of, Bob Kraft, but then he doesn't say anything. So it's like, you have to understand going in, okay, everybody might want to be a part of it, but really we got to make sure that people are going to be good, because you're entertaining after all. I cringed and I laughed. Look, roasts are a lot of fun. And when roasts are executed like that, they're the most fun thing you could possibly watch. And that's what we got last night.
I'm going to go back and I'm going to time out. Like, I watched it straight just to get after it. But I got to go back and watch it again and break it down for its component parts, because I have a couple of thoughts on how we really could have made this a lot leaner an event.
So just really quick, want to let you know that Walker Buehler will go back to the mound in the second inning, at least in the tie game. Shohei Ohtani has just hit a 2-run homer to tie the game at 2 in the bottom of the first. But joining us now on the hotline, longtime NFL insider. Maybe he'll be a roast master at one of our roasts.
How about that?
Check him out on Odyssey, Washington Post, 105.7 The Fan in Baltimore. Jason La Canfora. Jay, what's happening, bud?
Going on, gentlemen.
All right.
What do we think Tom Brady got paid for that?
Oh, man.
Like $10 million?
10?
Am I being naive? Is that way low? I don't know. That's the figure that popped into my head.
10 in a production deal.
Well, he can have a production deal whatever he wants. He doesn't know. Hey, I got a special for Netflix. Oh, great, we got it. Oh no, it had to be at least that. It had to be and Netflix wins, because how many people watched that? It was number one. People are talking about it. And Netflix needed a big hit. Like, they needed something, and all of a sudden they got it. Yeah, I mean, look, the
timing was perfect. I don't know that they could have known that the only Game 7 in the NBA, like on that day, was going to be two teams nobody cares about, and they were going to play it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a hockey buff, right, I guess you had a Game 7 in the evening there, but, like, it was perfect. It's like a solid week before the schedule comes out. Like, really, they found, like, the perfect pocket for it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, because you had the perfect person in Brady who had so much material on him, and nobody held back, and it was stuff you can't believe they said. It was still what happens in roast. Are they going to go over this line? They do it. It was the perfect storm. He was the right guy. It was the right time. It was the right people to watch. And I'll tell you, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I had to pause it because I was laughing so hard at something. I don't know if I laughed
my wife up. Like, my wife was like, "What the hell are you watching down there?" Like, I never hear you laugh like that. I'm like, go back to sleep. They're roasting Tom Brady. You wouldn't care. Like, if you would have told me beforehand it was going to be 3 hours, and I was going to watch all of it in real time, like, not even, like, pause it to, like, go take a leak, I'd have been like, you're out of your mind. But that's exactly what happened.
What was your favorite part? What was your favorite line?
Geez. I don't even know. I mean, favorite. First of all, I can't really say much of it here.
That's true.
Like, to begin with, like, I mean, some of the stuff that Edelman said, some of the stuff that Gronk said, everything that Nikki Glazer said, like, I don't know. Geez, other than Affleck, other than the two dudes who stood at the screen, I'm not Mr. Pop Culture. I don't know who they are. Like, maybe they're normally really funny.